Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping.
10 animals that were scarier than dinosaurs. The thought of dinosaurs eludes me. They've been known to mankind as the greatest, friendliest, and scariest. Dinosaurs have been featured in films and animations and have drawn a lot of emotions out of us. What I adore about nature is how much we still don't know and how much we learn every day from fossils that are found. I mean, it's crazy the diversity of animals. Big or small, dangerous or subtle, unbelievable creatures that have existed in time and evolved and those that exist today. This video will reveal 10 animals we have found that were scarier than dinosaurs. Some are unbelievable, and some are well known if you're a fan of adventure, historical, and scary movies. Number 10. Pterodactyls. Pterodactylus was the first of its species to be known as flying reptiles. Seriously, a flying reptile, not a bird. The thought alone is freaky. They date back to the Jurassic period about 150 million years ago. Fossils of pterodactyls have been predominantly found in Germany and others tentatively around Europe and Africa. They were carnivorous, feeding on fish and small animals. So this was a flying carnivorous reptile. This keeps getting scarier. Their skin and muscle membrane formed wings stretching from their elongated fourth finger and hind limbs that made them the scary rulers of the Mesozoic skies. They were of several sizes and their species were in the hundreds. For example, the Quetzalcoatlus were one of the largest of the species, with a 40-foot wingspan gliding in the skies hunting for baby dinosaurs. The Anomalocaris was smaller, only 2 feet, and fed on insects. This is the spectacle of a sky that was once ruled with reptiles. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. Number 9. Titanoboa. Titanoboa shouldn't be new to you. Giant snakes, anyone? If you've watched Anaconda, then this is the enormous version. They were large snakes that could grow up to 42 feet long and weigh up to 1,135 kilograms. Their fossils were found in the Cerrejón Formation and in South America and date back to over 60 million years. Anyway, speaking of pop culture, in 2012, as a promotion for a TV show called Titanoboa Monster Snake, there was a full-scale model replica of a Titanoboa exhibited in the Grand Central Terminal in Manhattan, New York. It was gorging on a crocodilian. How insane is that? The Titanoboas were killer carnivores and the largest predator on the planet for over 20 million years. When did reptiles become so large? Number 8. Gorgonopsid. Gorgonopsids were quadrupedal predators with primarily canine teeth. Just like the other animals on this list, there were several species of Gorgonopsid. Those that were large were the apex predators in that ecosystem. Gorgonopsid fossils were found in Africa and Russia. Originally, they were seen to have mammal-like and reptile-like characteristics, although scientists believe they are closely related to mammals.
As a matter of fact, they are very distant relatives of mammals.
As active predators, they had a compelling sense of smell and pretty good eyesight. Their posture, crocodilian high walk, would have made them more agile than their potential prey. The Gorgonopsians would tear meat from a carcass using their sturdy jaw before gulping and swallowing it whole. I wouldn't want to be that prey for sure. Number 7. Yaekolopterus. Just for the fact that some people keep scorpions as pets, Yaekolopterus had to make it to this list. It's good for you to know the other side of their predatory ancestors. They were called the giant sea scorpions. Yaekolopterus were predatory aquatic arthropods. There were 2 dynamic species known that lived in both freshwater and estuarine. They've been estimated to reach around 8.5 feet, making them the largest arthropods ever discovered. It has been compared to the average human size, and trust me, it's not good news. Yaekolopterus were bigger. The Yaekolopterus' compound eyes show that they were very active and compelling, making them apex predators in the early Devonian ecosystem. Next time you tell your pet scorpion goodnight, you'll have something to think about. As the list progresses, I'm at wit's end. These animals just keep getting scarier and we're only halfway there. Do you think these prehistoric creatures with very cool names, by the way, were scarier than the creatures we have today? Number 6. Meganeura. A scary insect for sure had to be on this list. We know insects to be really small, but not this one. Over 300 million years ago, insects resembling the dragonfly once terrorized its ecosystem. These were the Meganeura. The Meganeura had wingspans of up to 28 inches. They were the largest known predatory flying insects. In 1880, the fossils of the Meganeura were found in the French Stephanian coal measures of commentary. There was a holotype of the same located in the National Museum of Natural History in Paris. Scientists are considerably conflicted about how an insect of such size would exist. They believe that the Meganeura would have hunted and fed on the same things that dragonflies eat today, but maybe also larger creatures and small amphibians. Number 5. The latterkhan. So, sea lizards anyone? The latterkhan were the it back then. They're believed to be among the first marine predators that were capable of eating prey that is similar in size to themselves. The only fossils found of the latterkhan are incomplete, so there is a lot of missing information. Nevertheless, they were distinguished to have large, thin teeth with 2 cutting edges and smooth tooth crowns. Their tooth was blade-like, displaying 2 cutting surfaces compressed side to side. What a sight! Their teeth resembled those of some marine crocodiles and large pliosaurs. These were the marine macro-predators of their time. They were about 28 feet long. This is the size of a bus, and they lived about 240 million years ago. Number 4. Anomalocaris. Joseph Frederick first discovered the fossils of this abnormal shrimp. The fossils of Anomalocaris were known from the Burgess Shale of Western Canada, but they have also been found in China and Australia. The body parts of the Anomalocaris were discovered at different times by different people. Some paleontologists found limbs, others skulls, etc. Putting together the pieces created a lot of debates and controversies, but this is how science becomes science. For a long time, Anomalocaris creatures brought a lot of confusion, and they probably still do. Anyway, from what we have pieced out, the Anomalocaris lived over 500 million years ago. Scientists believe that Anomalocaris was a world-top predator. They measured up to 1 meter in length. This was very large at its time, especially for a shrimp-like creature. Anomalocaris chased after its prey with flaps and large fan-shaped tail, tracked them with their large stalker-like eyes, grasped the prey with their large spiked arm, and snapped them with their square tooth-lined mouth. Yeah, pretty scary. Number 3. Megalania. This is the story of a giant monitor lizard that occupied southern Australia, a significant predator that once decreed the world. It's believed that the earliest settlers of Australia might have faced them and caused their extinction, since the youngest fossils were dated around 50,000 years ago. Megalania was the largest terrestrial lizard to have existed. They were distant relatives to the Komodo dragons. Megalania is believed to have been 23 feet in length and weighed over 600 kilograms. From this size, it would have fed on medium-sized to large-sized animals. Megalania had heavily built limbs and body and a scary jaw filled with serrated blade-like teeth. However, little is clear about this giant lizard. Even the size has been resized by scientists. A world with Megalania would not have been a benign world for humans. And with that, it's now time for today's best pick. Today's photo was sent to us by a subscriber, so if you come across a photo online and want to know more details about it, just send it over to us. We might even feature it on a future video. Number 2. Charybdis. When I first saw this photo, it gave me quite a scare. It's one of the animals that I chose to be part of the end of this list. If you're a fan of Greek mythology, then you probably know what this crazy sea monster is. Known as Charybdis, it's been classified as one of the most terrifying creatures in Greek mythology. This sea monster, whose gigantic whirlpool swirled in the Straits of Messina, opposite the cliffs of the monster Scylla, was brought to life in the book The Odyssey of Homer, which is the illustration you see. It was considered to be a giant sea monster lurking deep in the oceans, forming whirlpools to suck its victims in before belching out their remains. If that in itself isn't scary, I don't know what is. Something that comes close to the mysterious Charybdis is the Yaekolopterus, which was a shark-like fish that lived over 290 million years ago. So, just like sharks, what freaks people out about them is their jaws or teeth. Its jaws and teeth are actually very different in a peculiar way. The Yaekolopterus had a spiral-toothed jaw. This is where I draw the line of scary. The fossils collected had circular saw-like blades. Scientists for years tried to find out what they were looking at before they figured it out. The Yaekolopterus' impression showed up to 150 razor-sharp wedges in a tightly wrapped whorl. This was a tooth whorl that measured 18 inches in length and a body length of 33 feet. It would slice its prey into two. Number 1. The host's eagle. This had to be on the top of this list just for its myths. Where would we be without myths in this world? They shape up society somehow. Formerly known as Harpagornis morae, these eagle species were once native to New Zealand. The host's eagle was the largest species of eagle to ever exist. Its massiveness is perceived as an evolutionary trait of its prey. It was the largest raptor in length and weight, larger than the largest living vultures, estimated to weigh between 10 to 15 kilograms. The host's eagle preyed on large flightless birds like moas, which weighed more than them. It is said to have attacked at a speed of up to 50 miles per hour. Whoa! The host's eagle had a large beak that would cleave internal organs, causing death through blood loss. In some legends, it is said that they killed humans. Scientists believe that this legend could be possible given its massive strength and the size of the eagle. Nevertheless, the legend is still questioned to date. I would question it too.